What's up, everybody? It's Chad. I'm back again with another episode of Ask Chad Grassy Logic. Today, I'm here with an old friend, Dabbro the Great. Thank you for joining me, man.
How you doing today, Chad?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, brother. I got
Awesome.
old homie on the show from the hometown and everything. Life's good right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I appreciate you joining me. For those of you who don't know, me and Dabbro go back many years, almost to like our childhood.
Yeah, man, kids.
yeah, we were kids. I remember the roller arena is probably one of the first times I met him. It was a skating rink over in Alamogordo.
We were over there chasing it, bro.
Oh, back in the day, yeah, man, fun times. But anyway, thank you again for coming on the show, man. It's great. You have a lot of notoriety behind your name, especially in the state with the industry. You do a lot of good stuff. So I really appreciate you joining me. And it's great seeing Alamo boys, come up and do something great, because we're kind of seen as hicks, and I'm finding that out. Like, the more that I travel the state, I'm like, why do you guys think we're hicks? Oh my God. So it's great to see that, Alamo boys coming up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome, man. So, I guess we'll get started out. Like you and I both have always kind of had since I've known you, association with cannabis of some sort. But what, really got you into cannabis? I've never asked you that myself. We all just kind of smoked weed and never really asked, like, why'd you do it?
Man, honestly, I think cannabis kind of found me. I just was being a kid, tried it, and I said, this is for me. And, a lot of the times, whenever you're younger, you don't even know why you smoke, probably, but it's more of a mental thing, I feel like a lot of the times. For me, it just calmed me down, made my mind at ease, because I'm always kind of racy sometimes. So it slowed me down a little bit. I mean?
Me too. I dealt with the ADD thing. I think we shared that in middle school, actually.
For sure.
ADD thing. Yeah, I remember us dealing with it because we play sports together too, y'all. I mean, we used to hit the shit out of each other in football. Maybe that's why I'm a little wonky.
That's probably why we're a little fucking out there too, bro.
Yeah, me and Drew would hit the living shit out of each other. Oh man, we were something else. Yeah, well, that's cool, man. Because I remember, I stopped smoking weed after I got caught, and everyone would still come to the house and smoke in the garage before school, and I'll be spraying people with Febreze and shit.
Yeah, your house was the shit, dude.
Oh, man, the house was a spot, man.
We would go sit on the roof. I remember the most like vivid memories was on that roof smoking blunts.
Yeah, yes, dude. The roof.
Me,
that was the
you,
best
and Eric
spot.
Miles, a few other homies, but not too many people went out that window. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We shouldn't even say it, bro. Probably still gonna get our ass whooped by your old man.
I know, right? Get home. You did what? I'm 37, Mom. No.
No shit, bro. But yeah, those were good times, man. Smoking on the roof, 2-story house, right in front of the high school. All the girls going by all the time. It was lit.
Oh, dude, I remember that. After school, we would sit there, yeah. That stuff was funny, dude. And some guys would like, hey, dare to hit on that one. Oh, come on, man.
Right?
Oh, man. I could talk about the old days all the time. But let's get back into this show. So what got you into the industry then? Like to me, I've been around for a minute. And then like when you kind of started getting into the New Mexico side, because I know you've been a part of the California side, right?
Well, so I've been in the industry for a long time. Traditional market, I've been around for a long time. It didn't really start happening for me until I linked up with my brother Jet, man. I seen him doing these crazy rolls, and I was like, bro, I gotta know how you do that shit. And I was already kind of doing some shit on my own, and then he took me under his wing. He showed me his style, and then I came up with my own style, and then that's where Dabbro came to life. And then the dispensary side of things, that really gave birth from, believe it or not, my brother Mike.
Really?
And he was like, dude, we got to start one, man. And I was kind of just, I was kind of against dispensaries kind of and stuff. And when he wanted to start it, I wasn't gonna let him start it without me, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he invited me in, and then we went 50-50 partners, like Breaking Bad, bro. You know what I mean? Then we brought our sister in too, and she's the whole brains of the operation. You know what I mean? And brothers and sisters, man, running it. And we work sleepless nights every day, fucking constantly to keep our place in check, bro. And it's starting to pay off, man. People are starting to see that we care about quality around here.
No, 100%. And I've noticed that the consumer base in New Mexico is changing to more quality, because at the beginning it was just whatever you could get. But now I think the consumers now starting to say, I want something that doesn't taste like hay. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they do. And, you know, you're going to start seeing the price margins. The margin of price for like per pound is dropping every day. I always tell everybody this, that, you know, being on the retail side, that you get to really see that the customer is the one that makes that price. You don't make your price, really. They're going to come in, they're going to make their prices. They're going to be the one consuming, and they're going to be the ones like, bro, we're not going to buy that shit for that much.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's been fun to see the market go from here to here, you know, and then kind of just fluctuate and do its thing. You know what I mean? But what I have seen is that nothing can trump high-end cannabis when it's packaged right in a jar and it's done correctly. It sells all the time. People won't even look at the other shit. They're like, fuck that, dude. Just give me that shit in a jar, man. I don't want to fuck my day up like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean? It's like, no, man, like I'll pay the extra $5, you know?
Yeah. And you know, it don't even necessarily have to be in a jar. You know, a lot of people are doing deli style, and that's always you could get some really good flower in the deli style dispensaries as well too, you know, just depending on who their producers are, you know. For sure.
And you know, for my viewers who, you know, may not know, deli style means that the big jars when you go to dispensary and they pull it out there and wait in front of you, that's deli style. You know, you can have prepackaged in New Mexico or deli style. I try to let everybody know, because some people don't know that, I guess.
Yeah, some people don't know, and it's a newer thing that's taking storm, more or less. I've seen it a lot more in I see a lot more dispensaries starting to go in that direction, and it's starting to work out. You know, a lot of people are changing the market. You know, like I say, the consumers are going to be the ones that are going to tell us how they want things sold to them. So.
Yeah, I mean, the customer is right in that, you know, in that area. You know, like I know these days, you know, customer isn't always right, but when it comes to their wallet, they're always right.
No shit. They are, man.
So let's chat with, you know, about the dispensary for a little bit. Then we'll come back from you with some more, you know, questions about some stuff that I have, you know, especially your art. I want to talk about that.
Yeah,
let's talk about the dispensary. You know, so what's it called?
The dispensary is Roadrunner Cannabis Co.
Nice. And Alamogordo and everything like that.
Yeah, it's in Alamogordo.
And I've noticed and then I know where it's at. I just wanted you to tell the kind people where it was and everything. I don't want to, you know, speak for you.
So it's in Alamogordo, New Mexico. It's Roadrunner Cannabis Co, man. Come check us out. We got, you know, home of the ounce, man. We're the ones that started doing the ounce in this area and making that price go down for the ounce. And one thing that we do is that they don't understand how we keep that quality and bring that price down. That's a tricky part in the industry, and having a palate as a connoisseur has really helped me and my bro tremendously in this game. So I feel like there's a place for everybody in the cannabis industry, and there is a place for that person that is picky as shit. You know what I mean? There really is.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You can't just let everything go past your shelf. You know, people present shit to you. You got to really give it your true opinion. Stonehead's a good person that always gives honest reviews. Shout out Stonehead for sure, dog. And you know, he's a lot like our culture, our circle. We're all alike, and that's why we respect the man so much, because he's basically our voice, saying like how it is. You know, respect to Jet, because Jet's another one that's out there doing that same thing, you know what I mean? And just crushing it and just letting the people know what the fuck quality really is, dude. Because we always say my definition of fire and their definition of fire is totally different, man, you know?
Yeah.
For sure. So
it's going to be different from person to person, you know?
For person to person, and taste palettes are always different, bro. You know, I might like something that this other guy may totally not like, you know. But one thing we do know is that when we say it's a banger, everybody loves it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
for sure, dog.
That's true. Because being honest is, you know, down to, because, you know, Cruz has been honest with me. You're always honest with me too, and I always appreciate that. Even if it's a little criticism, which I appreciate, just makes it better. Like
Yeah,
I
for
let you
sure.
guys, smell some of the homegrow I had. I didn't like the way it looked. There was one I didn't even like the way it smelled, and I told Cruz, I was like, I don't like the way this one smells, and he went for it anyway. I was like, okay, and he hated it. I was like, I told you. But thank you for being honest, man.
Bro.
I was like, appreciate you being honest though.
Hey, but we're honest with each other, and that's what makes each other better. If we're not honest with each other and we just lie to each other, then there's no getting better, bro. So pushing forward to get better is always honesty, for sure.
And I had Stonehead on a couple of weeks ago, and we had that same conversation that why surround yourself with a bunch of yes men? Like that doesn't improve you ever. You just stay stagnant. And so, you only get better with people telling you the truth. And being from Alamo, we just tend to do that anyway.
Yeah, we're just like that.
we just built different. Awesome, sure. Man. Like, how have you really liked, operating the dispensary in Alamogordo, Terra? Because it's pretty conservative over there. So, like, how has it been operating in more of a conservative area?
It's been pretty. You got to go up with the ups and downs. I could tell you that it's not for the weak. You got big name dispensaries are able to do certain things that you're not able to do sometimes.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of fall with the flow. But, we don't give up easy, and fucking we're doing great, actually. You know what I mean? We've seen our sales pick up. People are more and more people are starting to find out about us. We put a brand new paint job around the building, and it really helps sales, man. Shout out to my boy KO. He crushed it out there, bro. But yeah. And just, just letting people know, we put a sign out there, letting people know our prices and shit. And it picked up sales tremendously. Instagram helps, but yeah, it's been great business, man. And starting from the beginning and keep going in through all the different seasons of it, you know what I mean? Seeing the prices be way up here for like say, for instance, like pre-rolls, we've seen them go from anywhere from like $12 to $16 for a single pre-roll, all the way down to like our price is $3 for a pre-roll. You know what I mean?
No shit.
Yeah, for a full ground pre-roll, bro.
Dude, that's cheap. I mean, like, there's a lot of places still selling $10 pre-rolls,
Yeah, and so that's how it is in this area, though. And like you were saying, it's more of a conservative market down in this area, so they're like, no, we want them for $3 or we don't want them. You know what I mean, bro?
Oh, that's great.
And we still sell a lot of hash holes and a lot of hash. We're like the biggest store for hash. Like everybody comes here for their hash, and it's hard for us to keep it on our shelves, man. For sure.
That's good to hear, because like for some reason it seems like Southern New Mexico is more in tune with the hash game than Albuquerque. Don't get me wrong, they have the community, but I feel like Southern New Mexico's is bigger for whatever reason.
Oh, bro, I don't know what it is, but there's a lot of picky guys around here that want good hash. And we always have that palate for hash because we're hash smokers, and I think hash smokers want to buy hash from another hash smoker. They don't want to go in there and buy it from some guy that just is reading stats on there and shit, Yeah, we don't give a shit if it's popular. If it's not good, it's not good, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I don't care whatever. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, then I don't want it. Yeah, 100%. Exactly. There's been several times.
And if it's not good, then we price it at a not good price. You know what I mean?
That's
so
fair,
we keep it fair.
So it's a get what you pay for kind of situation, Which
is for sure. Yeah. And we even with the lower end qualities, like the lower end stuff, we keep quality is what I was saying. Like, even when we go to the cartridges for like $20 a cart or whatever, they're still done by, we use Donnie with his Underdog product now for that. And so we do make sure that we're using people that are passionate about what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for sure.
That's dope, man. Yeah. And like what lower quality it is to you could be higher quality to someone else, and they're like, oh, this is great. And it's just like, oh, it just isn't for me. But, like, that's the market, that's the way it is. And that's cool that you have that, a little bit for everybody, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. And you get a lot of Texans, right? And I wanted to ask you about that because, they're headed up to Ruidoso to go,
we do get a lot of Texas people that come through. But I would say that our Texas people, they do buy okay, but they're not the biggest buyers, bro. They buy a few things, you know, every now and then you'll get someone that buys a lot of stuff from over there. But for the most part, they're just trying to buy a few little bits of goodies to smoke in their cabin and eat some edibles and have a good time. But for the most part, we do see them, but our locals are the ones that keep us thriving and going.
I noticed
our
your
heady community and our budget community is crushing it, man. They love this cannabis, bro. They're here day in, day out. They're our bread and butter, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you wouldn't be there without them. And I noticed your sales, your medical sales and rec sales are about the same, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's rare. You know, that's really rare to see in the industry right now. You know, like, there's not many people doing that, you know, or achieving that, I should say.
Yeah, and we're happy to see our numbers go back up, and we're just pushing for them to keep rising. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We're building our store still as we go. So every day we keep putting different stuff into it, you know, working the shop ourselves as owners until we have the ship strong, then hire employees. You know, we could probably hire some now, but right now we're just like, no, let's go ahead and wait this out and kind of basically learn this job, bro, because there's nobody to teach you the industry. When you go and open up your cannabis store, there's nobody there to hold your hand to show you step by step. You have to basically teach yourself and learn the program all on your own, you know? And so we've learned a lot in the year that we've been in the industry, and still learning every day as we go. And we just want to be good at what we do before we start teaching someone else to do it ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Slowly going into, like, you know, the rolling situation. Like, I have a lot of people that want us to do a lot of joints. Right now, the Sicario team is starting to go to facilities and roll these joints and stuff like that until we can build a home for everyone and keep everyone happy. And, you know, that's our goals. You know what I mean? We're not in a stationary position too either. We are able to expand our business into other parts of New Mexico. So we're probably going to venture on, and we don't know where we're going to go, but we do know we are going to expand the Roadrunner, and that way everybody can get the experience that we give here in other places, you know? Yeah, for sure. And, you know, just pushing forward to keep the company growing is the goal, you know?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's always the goal. And I'm glad you guys aren't trying to get ahead of yourselves and be like, oh, we're doing great, let's open another one, you know, because that's where a lot of people make a mistake. You know, like, oh, let's open another one right away. You know, like, but you have time. This isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, you know? And I think the biggest mistake people do in this industry is they go into it and they hire a whole staff of people. Mm-hmm. And then they get investors and they do all these things that are going to hurt their future. You know, you have to be willing to work this business day in, day out. And the payout ain't going to be what you think it is. This is something you want to do if you're passionate about, because I promise you, the guy that's making $20-something at McDonald's is making more money than I am right now, you know, because everything goes back into the business and everything is tied up always, you know what I mean? So I would say don't go into it thinking you're going to be a bazillionaire, because that's not what's going to happen. You're going to actually work triple time, and you're not going to have too much time for friends or family or anything, really. You know, you have to make time for that stuff. But, you know, we do know I have opened up a business with my uncle before, and it takes about a good 5 years to stay in the industry before you start getting going and get your gears all greased up and you're ready to go. Then I can go fishing or something. I'll still be on the phone. I'll be like, fuck, can you let me and Chad fucking fish?
Right, because I want to be there too, because I agree with you. About 5 years it takes a while, and I want to go fishing, damn it.
For reals, bro.
So yeah, doing it right now will get you to that goal in the end. And yeah, I'm glad that, you know, bro. Yeah, I'm glad you're there too, because, you know, there's a lot of people who didn't figure that out, and they're out of the industry now, you know, like, who just found out the hard way. It's unfortunate, but may the strongest survive. If you figure it out, you figure it out. If you don't, you don't.
You don't. And then, like I said, there's no rule book. There's no guidebook and shit. Yeah.
And you can do it your own way. And that's the beauty of it. You don't have to follow a standard. You found something that works for you where you're at. Where you're at, someone else, you're watching, if you're wanting to do this, think outside of the box. Like I went into Dabbro's dispensary the other day. He has a whole art display case. He has a Supreme money gun with things fucking cool as shit.
You already know, bro.
Yeah, 100%. So I mean, little things like that. That was he has a 7-long blow up joint that you have from Raw.
Yeah.
Is it 7 feet?
Big ass joint.
Yeah, the big ass joint. Yeah, I remember when that came in. I was at your shop that day. Yeah. But let's talk about joints. Let's go back and we'll talk about joints. You do. I mean, you're wearing gloves right now. You're working. You do creative roles in the state, right? Or around the whole nation. Let's be honest.
Yes, sir. So
awesome.
So we'll go ahead and show, like I was showing you earlier. I'll show you the Galileo piece that I'm working on. Kind of get a better view of that, or however I can. Let's see.
It looks good that way. There you go. It's perfect right there. There we go. So I got Galileo looking through the telescope.
You can look at him right there. See him?
Yeah.
So this is the joint that I'm rolling. Let's see
there you go.
Get it the right way.
Yeah. There you are.
See.
Yeah, I can see him perfect. Oh, that's great. Yeah, there's Galileo himself, everybody.
Yeah, so it's coming along. There's the feet.
Yeah.
But so that's going to be a Galileo joint. I do have the piece from last year.
I love that one. Yeah, that one's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And you're going to smoke that one anytime soon?
We should smoke it, huh? I was going to put it in the case and just have them in there, you know what I mean? But I am going to roll something special for the 420 thing that's going on next month. Okay. We're going to be over there rolling, and I'm going to roll like a little fat man, like a little fucking, and then he'll have like a little Michael Myers head. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like a little fat body with a Michael Myers head.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
It's going to be cool, bro. We're going to smoke that one.
Okay. We'll smoke it here in Cruces, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, dope. Hell yeah, dude. I am down. I love watching you guys work because, you watch me do origami my whole life. Like I realize that creative art rules take way more patience than origami even. Because like I've seen you guys do your process and you've told me how you do it. And I'm like, that sounds like a pain in the ass. Holy shit. Like that's some patience.
Yeah, for sure. It does take a lot of patience and it takes a lot of creativity. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because there's things about your rules that you've told me that I would have never thought about not doing it. Of course, you have more experience with it. And you have your things like even creating the airways for smoke when you are smoking the creative roll. There has to be a specific air path so it doesn't run all
piping. So that's
called piping. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get the terminology one day.
Yeah. So once you have to pipe all your rolls, that way they burn evenly in the right direction. That way the air is being drawn all the right way.
There's a science behind it, right?
Science, bro.
Yeah, yeah, bitch, science. So how long have you been doing creative roles now?
So I've been doing them since like 2012 or so.
Over 10 years.
It's been a while. I've been at it for a long time with the creative roles. I started with tip art, and then as I was doing tip art, I seen Jet do this a few times. I was like, let me see if I can do it. And then that's how that became another way I started doing that same art like that, bro. Yeah, so it's a crazy way to, I play with weed, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it is, and the raw creative, the raw rolling championships. I mean, you enter that every year, right?
Yeah. So right now that's going on. So I always am like late to the show when I do my piece and shit. Yeah. But I am gonna enter something into it that's gonna be dope, bro. For sure.
Awesome. Can't wait to see it, man. I love looking at that page and then seeing yours pop up. Like, yeah, there's the homie. There we go, the wolf. That one's so sick. You got, what place did you get with that one?
I didn't even play. I got like 4th place with this.
Oh no shit!
But
Good
if you ain't first, you're last.
You came first or last. Yeah. Well, I mean, the cool thing, and you've told me this before, is that if you get first place, you can't compete anymore. So I mean, it's kind of a godsend you haven't won yet because you still get to compete every year.
Yeah,
now.
it is a godsend that I haven't won yet because I'm still learning my styles more. The Galileo piece is a special piece because it's actually made. Each piece is a tie stick. So that's what's special about that piece. He's fucking hard as a rock.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking get you high as shit.
Yeah.
And so tie sticks for the people who may not know or have a different idea of what a tie stick is. Can you give us a quick explanation what that is?
So a tie stick is actual flour that's tied to a stick and then like molded into the shape of a joint, and then cured for like 2 weeks, and then pulled out, then smothered, then rolled, then cured, then took out and then put into the packaging and then sold. But I'm doing it with this joint. It's a new style of rolling. I don't know anyone else that's doing it. You know what I mean? And doing it that tiny. So I'll show it to you guys.
Yeah. Show it. Heck yeah. You know, if you're
so this is the tie stick roll right here. Look, it's kind of hard to see.
Oh yeah.
The other side of it.
Yeah. Your parts are getting very intricate now, and it's very impressive how small they are.
Yeah.
And then wow.
Yeah, and this is all freehand. Zero molding. Fucking just all hands, bro.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so that one right there is really cool. It might be the piece I enter into the championship, bro. Just because it shows, like, if you were a roller and you see someone do a 3D logo that's dead on, bro, you know what I mean? You know how hard that is, dude.
No, that's super hard. Like, you know, to do letters, oh my God. Like, and to do them right, you know, not look like a 5-year-old wrote it, you know, that's hard, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, to make it look like it was typed. That's
to make it look like it was typed, yeah. But yeah, the whole logo is gonna be crazy, dude. But yeah, I'm just doing the man in the chair and the telescope. I'm not gonna do the Galileo or nothing like that. When they see that, they'll know what that is.
Oh, 100%, dude. Yeah, they'll know who it is. Sure. And so, how do you color your rolls? Because I know, you know, all of them are colored that you do.
Yeah, so I take all the juicy papers, and you know how they have like fruit on them. I'll cut the little pieces of fruit out a bunch of times, bro, and then I'll have them in like a box, and then I'll take each one and I'll cut it, and I'll carefully layer them evenly all along the piece. You know, a little bit of tiny bit of glue. You rub it on there, and then you put that on there. Kind of stack it like bricks.
Got it. Okay, to get the layering. So that's
why the colors and you got to layer in even tones, bro, because then you could get high and low tones with the colors. So when you start in one area, you have to keep layering it all the way on that side and all the way over on the other side, and evenly, because if you layer it too thick on one spot, then they'll have highs and lows, kind of like paint on a wall.
Yeah. Dang, man. Like that's something new for me that, you know, I've never, you know, heard from you to share. Yeah, because I've noticed they're all colored, which is beautiful. And I also noticed that, they're usually the Juicy J's. I just didn't know how you did it. Holy shit.
So that's how we do it with the Juicy J's. Yeah, man. That's a style that you know what's cool about the championship is that I see a lot of people out there. I see you guys. I see you guys using my styles, which is a compliment to me. And then you'll see people like me that's a good artist that like the way that coloring came from IG LA. We know you gave it to us, guys. Yeah, everybody does. You know what I mean? He's the one that started doing it. He shared some secrets with me. I asked him personally how to do that, how he colored. And so he told me like season 2 of the Rolling Championship. And then I taught him how to make a leaf.
Oh, okay.
So we do trade a little bit of like art tricks and stuff like that. But yeah, what I'm giving you guys out there is gold.
Yeah, I mean,
listen to that part.
Yeah,
sure.
You guys really should. I mean, if you're a creative roller or looking into it, like the information you're getting right now, holy shit! Like I'm even perplexed as like how great of information this is. I was like, I'm blown away. So I really appreciate
And that's
that,
how
man.
they're colored. And then like everybody wants to know how we get the shapes. A lot of different people don't understand how it works, and we just basically layer paper over an object and then cut that object out. That's what's making that roll, the Galileo roll, so different, is that it's not done like that. It's done with tie stick style of rolling. So I shaped all the pieces over a needle, and then pulled the needle out, and then put it all together. And then I'll take a toothpick and I'll push them all the way through those little holes that are already made and make them bigger, and then pipe it all the way through. And then it'll be all the way. It'll be a dry tie stick, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a crazy piece, bro.
No, that is, and it's
a different style of rolling too.
I was just about to say that it's totally different that you've never done before, and I love that because you're challenging yourself.
Yeah, challenging myself, and I wanted to come up with something different for the championship. I'm not gonna that's gonna be one of the pieces that's entered, but I won't reveal what I'm like. I think only Jet knows pretty much what I'm making for that championship. Exactly. But yeah, it's gonna be sick, bro.
Dude, for sure. Dope. Yeah, well, I can't wait to see the reveal and everything, because you're always coming out with some bangers on that. And speaking about rolling, the joint joint Sicarios and the Desert Boys. You want to talk a little bit about that?
So the joint Sicarios, man, that was started and founded by Jet, and it's just a group of guys basically that love to roll. They go on across the whole state, like I was saying. They're shooting across the state all over. Look out for them boys. And like everybody's, like Jet always states, like none of us work under nobody. We're all our own bosses, bro. We're just teamed up to go crush shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but so they're making their way across the state, going to different dispensaries and crushing out different rolls, of their choosing. They won't roll just for anybody. The flour and everything has to be up to par. Rosin too, But yeah, man, these guys are out there crushing it. I do work with them. We do go to events. I'm with them all the time. I do a lot of the creative rolling side of a lot of the stuff. You know what I mean? I do the wowie pieces and shit, and so does Jet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I do a lot of hash rolls in my store, and do them white label like that and push them out. Because of this, I can't get out there and do that with them. I wish I could be with the boys and go crush it. But yeah, I have a whole store, you know what I mean, to take care of and shit. But also be on the lookout for the tie sticks from me. I already put out some with Green Fuego. They're in Top Crop, Dark Matter, and a few other places right now. Those ones are good. But the ones that I do personally with the flour and the rosin that I choose of my choosings are going to be so much better. I will be putting some out on the market here soon. I'm going to do a drop of 50 of a GMO with the Blitz rosin smothered on it. And those ones are going to be bangers, bro, for sure.
Hell yeah. I can't wait for that, dude. That's dope. I mean, congratulations, by the way.
Too. Yeah, hash rolls are dope, but I always like to try to do something different than everyone else is doing. You know what I mean? So that's why I went and leaned into that direction. They are harder to make, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm going to do those ones.
Yeah. I mean, it's worth it if you're going to be the only one doing that, and it's a good product. So yeah, I mean, congratulations, by the way, with all the great collaborations and all that, dude. That's fucking dope.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I love collaborating with the community. I only get better with each roll. It's a whole learning process for me. I'm not a cozy boy. I don't roll 100 million joints a day. So it was a whole learning curve for me doing all of that. But now I kind of honed in on like what I like to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. So for me, it's like I've always crushed out tie sticks like that. So I'm like, let's do what I'm great at. You know what I mean? So shout out to Cozy, Hash Hole God. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jet. You know what I mean? And my boy Flea. fucking donut heads, boys.
All the
I'm all
homies
tied
right
up.
there.
I'm all
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I can't roll a fucking hash hole. I'll make it meaner than fuck, you know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all you guys can roll hash holes. I mean, yeah, Cozy just has like an assembly line though. You know, I'll go to kick it at his house while he's working on something. He's quick with it. I'm like, holy shit, dude, you did that in a couple minutes.
He does that shit in his sleep, bro. He's like
yeah. I think he does it with his feet sometimes, if he's busy.
Yeah, he's good at it, man.
Don't worry, he's wearing glove feet or feet gloves, whatever.
For reals, dog.
Right?
For reals.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, well, what about the hash and headies? So, I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. It's something kind of new that you guys, started on the venture and everything. Like you're getting into the third competition coming up.
I think it's the third round with the hash and headies. We're sponsors for it. Roadrunner, you know what I mean? We did that for that round. They're, Jet's out there crushing it. That's his thing. You know what I mean? We just attended. I attended as a judge. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
And that's how I do it. But yeah, man, it's great to be able to see what the whole culture and everybody has brought to the community. It's awesome, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I love it because it's really brought, the extractors, especially the solventless extractors, together more. There's been more collaborations. There's been more product, on the market that's just improving. It improves quality, in my opinion, because
it does. It does improve quality. And with hash and headies, that was the whole reason for it, was to let's see who smokes the best, who makes the best hash, really. We already know who smokes.
That's true.
But yeah, for sure. Yeah, we just wanted to see what New Mexico had, and Jet put that together. Shout out to Jet once again for always doing big things in the community and always keeping everybody together. You know what I mean? Without that guy, a lot of things would not happen. You know what I mean?
100%.
He goes back all the way to the early sessions. He was the first one to put together a sesh. We all support him and stand behind him and help him push forward to his goal. But that man's the one that crushed it. You know what I mean? For sure.
Yeah. And he's always willing to help. I'm putting on a cannabis expo in August, and there's going to be a rosin competition called the Creators Cup. I don't know if I've been able to tell you about it. And I'll explain more later in the show. At the end of the show, I'll explain everything about it. But I was in Alamo the other day. I was hanging out with Rob. We're playing disc golf, and even then, he was giving me tips. Really supportive. Wanted to be a part of it too. Whatever he can to help. It's great. It's not even his competition. He's still willing to help, and I fucking appreciate the shit out of that. Like he gave me some really good tips that he is experienced doing. These that he gave to me, and I appreciate the hell out of that.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Definitely a staple into the community here in New Mexico and across the world, really. He's been around for a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'll fuck with those fools that think they know what they're doing. He'll peel their skin up and he'll talk shit and let them know that their actions were stupid.
Oh, we know too.
Yeah.
So if you guys know Jet, you know what we're talking about. He does let people know where they're being stupid.
For reals.
So yeah, shout out to Jet. Great guy. Been in the industry for years and years and years. He used to run to California, but I won't speak for him. I'm gonna have him on the show sometime, so he can tell everybody his story and how he got started, because it's interesting. And he
it is.
A lot. Yeah, it's very interesting. So, but anyway, man, we could talk about this stuff all day, but I really appreciate you coming on the show, talking about your business, the rolling, how you got started, us being stupid as kids. I appreciate you coming on. I look forward to continuing the conversation with the other topics. But before we change the topics and we go into the other ones, where can people find you? The Roadrunner Cannabis, like address online. Where can they find you guys?
So we're not online, bro. So we're still kind of like a not taboo shop. I wouldn't say that. It's more of like a secret store almost. You know what I mean? Like that hole in the wall that has the fire tacos or something. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Once you find us, you can't get away from us and shit.
Yeah. You tell your friends about it.
For sure. But no, we do have a phone number online that you can contact us with. You just look us up, Roadrunner Cannabis Co. We are on Weed Maps. You can find us on there. We always ask you just to call down to the shop. We'll give you a whole rundown on what you need or want. You know what I mean? We can help you like that. Or just come into the store and actually get the experience. That's the best way to do it. 218 North White Sands Boulevard, Alamogordo, New Mexico, Roadrunner Cannabis Co. Come find us. Come find Dabbro. I'm always here. I do roll on site. So if you do want a hash hole from me, you can come get donut. You know what I mean? Just you pick your flower, pick your hash. We'll roll it right here on site, bro. Right here for you. You know what I mean? So it is a nice place. We also offer the creative rolling. So like say you want a special joint for your loved one, come down here. We'll roll that up too and take care of customers that way as well. We just charge our rolling fees, But yeah, it's dope. Pretty cool.
I didn't know you provided your services like that. That's fucking sick, dude. Wow. It's like Baskin Robbins. You just pick your ice cream or not Baskin Robbins.
It is like Baskin Robbins.
Whatever that.
Yeah, you should see these fools. They come in here all excited, like, give me that and that and that. And I was like, all right, I'll twist it up for you guys, dog.
Dude, that's awesome. Well, if you guys are watching, you want that experience, go on down to Roadrunner Cannabis in Alamo. That is the most original idea I've heard in the state, Dabbro. Congratulations on that, man. That's cool.
And I can do it because I'm a roller. You know what I mean? Not too many people can offer that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's cool, man. Well, appreciate it. Thank you for sharing with me, all the stories about, the retail. I mean, some of it I didn't even know myself. So, I'm learning something new today. And let's get on to more conversations and everything, man. So yeah, I appreciate it. But the next conversation, guys, we're going to talk about California weed is suddenly less potent. And I'll explain what that means. So as you guys know, all cannabis has to be tested before it hits the shelves. And we all know that sometimes that testing can be a little wonky. It's not really, there's no standardization yet really when it comes to testing. And what I mean standardization is one testing facility can have a different style of testing than the other, and then you end up with skewed results that are, flip-flopped or weird. Or you can have a testing facility that just doesn't do as good of a job just because there's no standardization, or maybe they don't calibrate their machines as often, or maybe they're very corrupt, and this does happen. They take extra payments to give you whatever number you want. So in California, the reason why cannabis is getting potent is because they got a little bit more strict with their testing. And I'll tell you how quickly that changed it. It changed it within almost like a 3-month period. So over the past 6 months, this study is what it says. The THC in cannabis in California dropped 7%. Actually, sorry, it fell 7% in the last 3 months. It's been going on for over 6 months. But in just the last 3 months, it dropped 7%, which is quite a bit. And this was based off of 90,000 test results that they went over and everything. And, it was something that, it wasn't just like, oh, I think it is. They went in, they looked at results and tests and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. So now we're starting to see a drop because in December, the average was about 30.7% THC. As of March 1, it's 28.5%. So that is a pretty big dip.
It's a big dip.
Yeah, it's a huge dip.
And that just goes to show everybody that flower has always been around 28, 27, 24% in that range right there. And they just have been fluctuating that price. I mean, that percentage to 34, 35, 36. You know what I mean? I have even seen some outrageous numbers in California that I was like 39 to 40%. There's no fucking way. There's no flower that tests like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%, dude. It makes me laugh every time I hear that. I was like, 40%, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, there's not even no such thing. There's no such thing as 40%, bro.
No, it doesn't exist. Like, I laugh so hard.
Unless it's just infused, bro. That's the only fucking way.
Yeah. Yeah, and it seems to be that this is confirmed, from, what California did and the changes they made, which, to be honest, California fucks up a lot of things, but it looks like they got it right on this one, at least. I'm not too sure exactly what they did, but they got more strict. I think they added a little more standardization to their testing, which, made it a little bit more accurate. And it's something that the industry needs because we rely on these numbers solely for the sales. Like I'm a big proponent of THC isn't everything. There's a lot that goes into cannabis. Exactly. It's not just THC.
But you're right about that. You cannot buy anything if it's less than 20%, the chances of it selling on your shelves are very rare, dude. Like you're going to sell it, but you're going to have it for 9 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the reality of it, dude. So anything that's if you got 16% and it looks good and you're in the market, and I'm telling you right now, you're going to keep it.
Yeah.
Nobody's buying it, man. And you guys know who you are. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say no names.
I'll buy
And then, and that's all shops. That's not just us, dude. That's like every shop, dude. Like we can't sell product like that, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Some shops might be able to. I mean, I'm not speaking for every shop because some shops might be rare as fuck where they got a crowd of people that just don't give a shit and they're smoking. They're just like more of a connoisseur smoker, Every now and then I'll get a customer that don't give a shit about percentages, and I always like, yeah, you're like me, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're trying to get the good one and shit, the strain specific. You're not trying to go all fucking crazy on just because that one's higher percentage and shit. I like those people because they're more or less a true connoisseur of cannabis. They're not just trying to go after numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but 100%. I would say about 90% of the crowd, or even more percent, they want numbers, bro.
That's crazy.
And I'm even talking about a lot of the connoisseur side too. They're looking at that number too on there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Say I got 2 gelatos. You know what I mean? I got a gelato 34 and I got a gelato 16, and they're both bangers, but this one's a 16. This one, like 9% or like 10 or like 16%. You know what I mean? Yeah. The other one's 28. That 28% is gonna fly off the shelves before this other one, bro.
Yeah.
And that one could be way more better, even in visuals, smell. Everything could be better about it, bro. But that number is lower, so they're like, "Fuck that one, dude."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's something that I'd hate to say this. It's our fault as an industry. I wouldn't say like you or I's, but as the industry as a whole, it was our fault doing that. Like we didn't know how to price cannabis, so they just went off of THC, and then the whole industry decided to go off of that. Then we kind of discovered terpenes because we always knew that cannabis smelled a certain way, but once we started really studying terpenes, their effects, that they do have an effect on you, and it kind of works together. With the rest of the compounds that are in cannabis, we start to find out that, oh shit, it's not just about the THC, because there's been times where I had a 30%er and it didn't really do much, but I have the 60%er and that put me on my ass.
Yeah, dude, I smoke 30%ers that don't even fucking smack me. Yeah. And then I'll smoke a 20% one. Fucking floors my ass. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah, I'm sitting there like, huh?
For real, dude.
Yeah, and there's times actually where I'll go to dispensary and I will purposely buy the cheaper 16 to 20% one because I can almost guarantee it's going to smell better, taste better, and just be a better experience than the 30%er. Now, don't get me wrong, there's every now and then that's not the case, but most of the time I go and I try it and I'm like, I knew it. I ripped you guys off today.
I fucking knew it.
It's like 100%. Yeah. So, and that's what's happening in California, their customer base might be changing too, because even in Canada, the big grows with hundreds of thousands of millions of square footage of canopy, they're shutting down because they can't keep the quality up, like the customer base gets smart after a while, they figure out what they want. And like you said, the customer is going to tell you what they want and what works.
And shout out to fucking Alto Cannabis, bro. Because he's a perfect example on a small batch grow that's crushing it and punching these fucking bigger industries in the face with some good cannabis, bro. And he's showing them like, hey, this small guy can win. You know what I mean? And he's going with mom and pop shops like myself. You know what I mean? Like the smaller guys, and putting quality cannabis and helping us win. he's an awesome individual for that, bro. Like, words can't describe on how thankful we are to have Zach in our corner, bro. He's a good dude. And like his cannabis is just the bee's knees, bro. It's the bee's knees, bro. It's fire. That snowball that we got in stock right now is retarded, dude.
So you got some Alto. Oh,
yeah, we always have Alto, bro. We stay stocked. You know what I mean? We have all his flavors, every fucking flavor he's ever grown. We always try to grab them, at least the ones that he's lets us have in our shop, because he won't send nothing that he's not a fan of himself. You know what I mean? He's like, I don't like that one. I ain't putting that one over there, dog. You know what I mean? But yeah, Zach's cooler than fuck, dog.
Yeah, he is. I had him on the show last year. I haven't had the honor to go to his grow yet. I just saw in the video and it looked just gorgeous. I was like, dude, that's beautiful.
As he's a grower, an early grower. I think he maybe have like 2 to 3 years in the game, dude. He's very new, but he's very smart, and he's crushed it. He's came a long way. He's dialed the fuck in, dude. He's fucking doing his shit.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a grower get this good this quick. You know what I mean?
No shit.
This fast. Like it's
bro, he was like born good. He was like that fucker.
Yeah, dude.
That just goes to show how good you'll be if you're passionate about something,
Yeah.
Posey, passionate about hash holes, bro. He rolls the fuck out of hash holes, man. You see me, I'm passionate about creative rolling, bro. I'll crush it. When someone loves what they're doing, it's always going to be flawless. There's you with your podcast and the way you present yourself to the community and give us education, bro. That's flawless, bro. The way you do your whole business that you have going on, bro. You crush it, Chad. For real, dog. And I see everybody in the community doing their part, and everybody stands different. You know what I mean? For sure.
Yeah, 100%. We're better together, and I say that all the time. We're better together.
Brothers,
we're better in numbers. Yeah, 100%.
For sure.
And I appreciate you guys being in the corner too. Willing to fight and all that, and being a part of the community. So
yeah, because without advocates like Chad, then we don't get shit done. This man is the one that, like, there's not too many people doing that, and that's why Chad's like, we all need to fight, fuckers, and we're not listening, or we're like, what? Okay. So see, that's why we get passed.
Yeah. That's why I scold you guys sometimes. I'm like, see what the fuck happened?
He's all about to load all you fuckers up in the van.
Yeah. It's like, you can't even be mad because you weren't even there.
No shit. For sure.
No, yeah, well, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, because I'm talking to a wall, and when I talk to Cruz, he was like, "You are talking to a wall sometimes," but I appreciate it, and like one day we'll all get it, and it's slowly it's happening. This past legislative session, some people woke up and said, "Holy shit, I need to get active," because they saw how bad things can get. We almost lost drive-throughs.
I know, man. That's just whack too, dude. Speaking of drive-throughs, we tried to do one here at the Roadrunner because we have a little area that we were going to do it, but the building is too close to ours, so we weren't able to do it. Our neighbor is. Yeah. But we're gonna open up a walk up. So like you'll be able to do a walk up, kind of like how they do the ice cream place and shit. Yeah. You'll be able to do a walk up and come in. So it's something different that we're gonna try out and see if it works for our customers. But yeah, bro, moving forward, bro, we're just crushing everything for sure.
Yeah, you guys are doing great over there, man. But I guess we got off track. Man, crap. Great conversations. But I guess we'll get back to this real quick, and we'll finish up this conversation about the THC and the inaccuracy thing. One thing I wanted to add is the collection of samples. That is one reason why we have skewed results, because we all know the top of the plant is going to age a little quicker than the bottom, and it gets more light, et cetera, et cetera. So when you take the top buds, it may not be the same as the bottom buds, like THC, terpenes, and everything. So I kind of feel there's inconsistencies. They need to test every part of the plant.
They should top like sections, like the A buds, B buds, C buds, ABC. And they sell buds like that actually from different farms. So you can get A buds, B buds, or C buds, and that's why you see a lot of different quality in different places, because some people Like us, we're like, nah, fuck that. Give us the A bud. You know what I mean? The other guys on the street got the same product, but they're buying fucking C buds. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe that that's a true statement that you're saying. Like the lowers are always going to be the scragglers, bro. They look like beat up Chihuahua. You know what I mean? They don't even look like the same fucking plant, dog.
You're right. Like there's times where I'm like, fuck. I was like, what is it? I'm like,
I'm just gonna roll this lower because ain't nobody else gonna want to fucking smoke it but me. Fuck.
Right.
All the homies would talk shit the whole time.
Right. And so once we get more consistent with our testing methods and how we regulate testing, it's not going to get better. California seems to figure it out a little bit. You know, they fixed the issue almost 10%. You know, like that's huge. You know, like 10% more accuracy.
And what I think that's going to happen to California is that, you know, the same thing like that happens here is that if them percentages ain't at like 30%, 32% or wherever they're used to seeing them, 36 or whatever, they're not going to want that cannabis. The ones that are going to be testing around, you know, the percentages that they're used to are going to be the ones that sell. So you're going to start seeing dips in the market. You're going to see, you know, everybody's up here because they all have the 30%ers. Now you're going to start seeing people fluctuating in their numbers in a dispensary because of that problem. Yeah, really hurt their market, really.
Yeah, it will. And to be honest, they may help themselves by educating their customers a little bit more. The more that the customer is educated, the better they can make their purchases. You know, like, why isn't my cannabis at 30%? Or, hey, you may notice the cannabis percentages are dipping because of this. If you let them know ahead of time, they know, oh, okay. So
and they might feel cheated to, lied to, and they might not feel like you're telling them the truth about the one that you're giving them to. You know,
that's another good point. Yeah. You know, that's
so
another good point.
It's a lose situation for that market. And this is a good example why you don't fucking lie. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah, that's 100%. Yeah, don't be
fucking telling no lies, man.
Yeah, just to make a couple quick bucks. Yeah, just be honest with them. You know, like customers actually appreciate truth. You know, they don't want to be lied to. They actually assume you're going to lie to them.
You know, the worst thing you could do as a bud tender too is like try to sell the weed the boss wants you to sell. Like, sell that one. You know. Yeah, give me your honest opinion. Be like, no, I like this one over here. I don't like that other shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He asked for something
because when they go in there, they're looking for your honesty. When they get in their car and they open that bag, they think two things about you: you're a liar, or he knows his shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That exact thing happened to me. That exact thing happened to me in Washington. We went to a different dispensary that we usually go to. My best friend goes to. And so we go to this other one, and there's this girl, you know, I was telling her, you know, I like, you know, Fat Panda. It's a certain producer over in Washington. You know, I really enjoy the flower. Super, super great flower. Terpy as shit. So flavorful. Well, anyway, I said, well, you know, I really like, you know, Fat Panda. Do you guys have something comparable, you know, like within the quality and flavor? She's like, oh yeah, I got something for you. And I was like, all right, cool. So I get an eighth of this stuff. I don't even remember what it was called. It wasn't even worth remembering. I don't even remember who produced it. So I get into the car with my friends, right? I'm in the back seat. And I open it up. I'm like, oh, and I close it, right? It smelled like mushrooms and feet. And I was like, oh, that smells not good. And them in the front, they catch a whiff. They're like, oh my God. I was like, I'm sorry, guys. That girl lied to me.
And that's why you don't listen to pretty bud tenders.
She wasn't even kidding.
They'll fucking get you every time. Go to the fat guy over there with the fucking earrings and the fucking plugs in his ears. Go to that guy.
Yeah, give me that guy. I know what he's like. That girl over there, I know she knows what she's talking about. Yeah. Yeah, don't always trust a pretty face because they'll probably lie to you. When it comes to Sunday cannabis.
I'm not saying that about all of them though, because
no, some of them
some
know
girls
their
out
shit,
there with a pretty face that know their shit, but
yeah, there's some that really know their shit, but
sometimes you go to a dispo, they'll get you.
Yeah, and you can tell which ones are just the pretty face of the operation. The ones that know what they're talking about know what they're talking about. You know,
ask them if they know what a micron bag is. If they don't, get the fuck away from them.
Run. Go to a different place. Yeah, exactly. Oh man. But anyway, let's continue on. We'll finish this conversation. I just wanted to say that, you know, we'll see this change here in New Mexico. We'll see what happens. I think next year they're going to do something when it comes to testing. I'm not too sure what, but I have a feeling it's probably going to be something close to what California did, because it did increase their accuracy. So we'll see what happens from there, man. I'm excited to see the industry shift to just straight THC too, and figure out how we're actually going to price this more accurately. And once we get the testing, of course, underhand, because that's a big part of it. So moving on, we're going to talk about the last topic of the episode, and I'll try to talk about this a little quicker. And it really does explain itself. E-cigarettes are actually harmful, come to find out. Now, this article that I got this from, that I'm reading it from, and got all the information from, there was a few things I didn't really agree about it, and that didn't really make sense. And I want to give you guys a caveat. Now, they mentioned oil a lot, and then they mentioned cannabis oil. However, they don't specify what kind of oil, if it was mixed with, you know, vitamin E, like they say in this article and everything. They just say oil. And to me, I'm thinking either it was really bad butane or BHO oil, if they might be talking about, because yes, that can be very harmful to you if it's not done correctly. So that would make sense. So that could be what they're talking about. I just want to give that caveat first, just to let you guys know that if I mention oil, I have no clue in what capacity they're talking about, because they were not specific. So I'm assuming it's the oil that was with BHO, propane, et cetera, so it just wasn't done well. So what this is they've done a study for about almost 10 years now, you know, pretty much when vaping really started to catch on, and they found out that it's actually worse than smoking cigarettes or anything else. And they're actually recommending, don't smoke e-cigarettes, just smoke flower. You know, flower is way better for you than vaping an e-cigarette. And the reason why is because a lot of the times when they make these and they cut these, pens, they're using vitamin E. And well, vitamin E, when you smoke it, it coats your lungs. That's what they found out. And that doesn't go away for sometimes, if you're a heavy user, for 3 years. If you're a light user, sometimes it takes 8 months. So yeah, if you're a heavy, e-cigarette smoker, you're having issues, you should probably stop. Another thing that they found out was that there was heavy metals in a lot of these pens. Now, I don't know if it's from the cannabis that they use and the process that was used for extracting that cannabis, or if it's from the pen. My assumption is from the pen, because all of them have metal parts in it, they'll have glass parts in it, they'll have different things and components that make it work. Now, from your experience, Dabbro, I mean, what's your experience with pens?
Well, I'll smoke them sometimes. I'm at work, I'll try them out. All of my products, even the distillate, I'll try. If I don't put it in my body, I don't want them to put it in theirs. I don't think a lot of people do what I do. I'll play Russian roulette, man. It's not that I love those type of products, bro. I got to try them to see what they're going to do to me. If anything makes me feel any weird way, bro, we don't put it on our shelves. You know what I mean? So basically, I let myself be the guinea pig. So I'll let you know if I start getting any kind of like cramps in my. I haven't had nothing, bro. You know what I mean? But I don't smoke it like that either. You know what I mean?
I don't either.
And I do see the vape thing as like being big with the younger generation. You know what I mean? Like 25, 28-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like fucking smoking the shit out of them. You know what I mean?
Dude, they love them. Oh my God.
They smoke the tobacco ones like crazy, bro. They buy those little pods. Mm-hmm. It's so much so that, I'm a businessman. My business that failed before I started this one was going to actually be that. I was going to sell those little things, dude. You know what I mean? I seen the market for it before it even went crazy. I was like, oh, those things are going to go crazy.
Yeah. And
sure enough, they're out there. They go ham on them, dude. They buy those more than cigarettes.
Yeah. And to be honest, that's what they're saying is in 2019, 23% of 12th graders in the United States reported participating in cannabis vaping. That's just cannabis vaping. And then, that's not even the tobacco side. There's more information over here. 14% say they only smoked nicotine only. So, I mean, those are still actually pretty high numbers for teenagers. And for some reason, it seems like Gen X and Gen X smokes cigarettes, and then Gen Z has their vapes. But it seems like Gen Y, or the millennials, us, we're just like, no to both of those. What the fuck?
Yeah, and we don't smoke. We don't drink. We don't smoke cigarettes. We just smoke all kinds of weed, bro.
Yeah, like we found weed. We're like, that's fine. We don't need it. You said, what the hell?
Our bones are all strong. We're still looking like we're 30, like fucking 30, just fresh.
Yeah. Drew can go over here and bench 225 like it's nothing,
No shit, dude.
You know, like
work out and shit.
yeah, dude.
Tacos all day.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Exactly. So yeah, you know, if consult a doctor would be my advice to anybody who's having issues. If you smoke vapes or if you think you're having issues, go see your doctor to maybe see if that is the issue. Maybe it could be something else. But my recommendation is just put the pen down. You know, I understand that it's an easy way, it's convenient. I'm not saying don't ever smoke it. It has its place. Like you know, Dabro said, if you're in a busy situation, that's all you have. Well, that's cool. But I don't see sitting there all day, every day, that being my sole way of medicating. No, that just it
Yeah, and
doesn't
people
sound
do.
cool.
That's their sole way of medicating. And for
Yeah.
me, I don't know if it's you or any other person, but like for people that medicate like I do with hash rosin, those pens don't get me high, dude.
I don't mean either. Yeah.
They don't get me. I don't give a fuck who made it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I smoke that shit. It don't do shit to me, dog.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I guess this is more of like a cigarette thing, like kind of like a stabilizer. Like you kind of don't want it no more after you smoke that. You know what I mean? It's weird, bro. But it never really ever gets me high. The only time I ever feel a buzz from it is in the morning. Like if I smoke that thing in the morning. And then, like, you know, I get like a little head change from it and shit, but I don't get blasted like if I smoked a joint or like if I took a hash dab, and you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And even with like regular pens, I feel kind of the same way with it too. It doesn't always hit me right. I feel like it's just hot dog water. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just it's the worst of the worst process. You know, we all seen how it's made.
Yeah.
It's the bottom feeders.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it's bottom feeding stuff. If that's what you like, though, by all means. It's just personally, I don't like that. You know, people out there watching, but you know,
carts
the
are
science
not bad, dude. Like I say, I smoke them myself. Like I said, I got to try everything that comes through my store, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I'll smoke one sometimes and dust it all the way off just to see how it functioned all the way to the end. You know what I mean?
As a businessman, you need to do that.
You got to do that, bro. Especially if you guys are having dispensaries and you're a boss out there. Try your products, man. These people are coming in and they're like, this joint sucks all the time. Try that joint. See what the fuck's going on with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pull one out. Well, let me see.
There might be an issue in there.
Yeah, you know, maybe you need to hit up the manufacturer, be like, hey, what's going on with your process? You know, I'm having issues here.
Yeah, because
pull a joint out,
you know, even Headspace is the best hash roll makers or whatever right now in the state, and you know they do a lot of them. I wouldn't say in the best in the state because the joints of Carios, hands down, are the best. You know what I mean? But they're number one place to go for hash holes. You know what I mean? And I've gotten hash holes from them even that like, you know, they're not good.
Right.
Like I know Cozy didn't roll this fucker.
But, I've had a few of those. I'm like, oh, this was not a Cozy roll.
Yeah, you're just like, whoa, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I had one where the hash hole started almost at the very tip, dude. I was like, okay,
yeah, dude, that scares me, dude. I lit my joint, right, and then it started to go out a little bit, so I tried to light it again, and it lit up like a candle. Woof. And I was like, what the fuck? And I put it out like that, and I looked at it. I was like, oh, shit, the hash is right there.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It was all like right at the tip. It was fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, I had one of those too. I was like, what? Why?
Yeah, I told Rob, I was like, hey, Rob, don't send me no shit like that.
Don't do that
shit almost burned my eyebrows off, dog. I was like, that's just dangerous.
Michael Jackson on stage that one time.
Dude, the other day we were product testing some stuff, man. It was like some moon rocks, and we put it in the bowl. And I fucking try to light it, and I hit the bowl, and the fucking moon rock goes woof, like flames all the way up, dude. And fucking my brother's like, put that shit down. They need to put a hazardous sign on that thing. There's all kinds of gas that's all left in it and shit. It tasted just like butane, bro. It's fucking crazy,
dude. And that's kind of probably what they're talking about, you know, like stuff like products like that, because they said the hospitalizations and even people dying from, you know, they actually have a name for it. It's like e-cigarette,
Evix or whatever it was.
Yeah, they have like a whole name for it. I have it here somewhere. It's lost in my notes, but yeah, they have like a whole name for it. And what they call it is EVALI, is what they call it.
EVALI, yeah.
Yeah, EVALI is what they call the symptom or whatever it is. Here it is. It's called e-cigarette vaping associated lung injury is what it's called. So it has a name, and that's alarming, because if it has a name, that means it's pretty damn common. So that's probably what they're talking about too, is not only are the pens that these people are getting, because as you said, you have to test them. And to be honest, from my experience, a lot of the time, some of them on batches won't work. You know, like you end up having quite a few that won't work, or a few that won't, and you have to either send them back or, you know, cut your losses.
Yeah.
But you have the terrible pens mixed with a terrible, you know, extraction process. That's just, oh man, that's a combination for all kinds of wreaking havoc on your body. So I mean, this makes sense to me, and the science is pointing to it. And so it's really kind of sad that we're to this point, but at the same time, you know, I'm glad that we're talking about this, because if we don't, people just keep getting sick and they get hurt, and then cannabis gets blamed, you know, instead of the e-cigarette and the process used to make it. And we don't want to go back to that.
Yeah,
you know,
they need to do more testing on those e-cigs, I feel like, and you know, but you know, cigarettes have been known to fuck up pregnancies, kill people, it gives you cancer, fucking the shit is endless.
Yeah,
you still see people sucking on those things daily.
Yeah, 100%.
So with that being said, I think that even though we know this data, they're not going to stop shit, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going to make it even worse now.
Yeah. Hopefully the numbers go down a little bit, but yeah. Right. But let's hope they don't increase the numbers, or, you know, for anything. It's like, what? It kills me quicker? Hell yeah. That's what I want.
That's exactly how they are, bro. That's the one I want.
It's like, wait, I get bedridden quicker? Oh, yeah, all day. Please bring more.
For real, bro.
Yeah. And right now, there's actually no current cure for EVALI. I mean, there's certain ways where you can, you know, kind of change your habits to help, but there's no way to cure it. And, you know, like I said, even having vitamin E in your lungs, that stays there for months, if not years.
There's actually a device you can buy. You put it in your mouth. It's a breathing device, and it helps you hack up all the mucus and all the crap that's in your body. Have you seen that shit yet?
I haven't, no.
So it's a device you put in your, I forgot what it's called, but you put it in your mouth and you use it, and then it'll help you. It'll start throwing up all kinds of shit, and it's supposed to help clear out your lungs. And I'm sure if you use a device like that, it's a natural device, not like a remedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like the runners do it. A lot of different like athletes do it and stuff like that. It just kind of helps you clean out. You know what I mean? All the mucus and all kinds of crap that's in you. But yeah, man. I don't like my weed does that to me. I'll take a fat dab and it comes all out.
Yeah, me too. You know, like having COVID, I was like, oh, I need to clear my lungs. Hit a bowl.
Oh, there ain't no mucus in me. Trust me.
Right.
I spit that shit
out. I love it, man. This has been a fun episode, and I guess that's all I really have for the EVALI stuff. I want to remind everybody that they do recommend smoking cannabis flower over vaping. So they're not saying it's the cannabis, they're saying it's the e-cigarettes. So they're saying it is significantly better for you. Let me add that in there, the word significantly, because that makes a big difference. That it's a lot better for you than doing e-cigarettes. So Dabbro, I appreciate this conversation, man. It's been fun. We've had a great time.
Same, Doc.
So, but yeah, then again, I have one more thing for everybody. I did contact Bright Green again. Haven't heard back from them. So I'll keep trying to contact them, but we'll see if they talk to me. It's that big federal facility over in northwestern New Mexico that they're gonna be growing thousands of fucking plants of weed, but it's a federal facility.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I've been trying to interview them, but they haven't hit me up. So
you're like, come on, man. I was a soldier.
Yeah, like, come on, man. I'm the media. Just talk to me, man.
You all got your cameraman behind you and shit.
I was like, he can jump fences. Have you ever watched Cops? Yeah, I'll chase you. So, but before we go, man, again, thank you. Do you have anything to add before we head out?
No, man. Just like if you want to come see me here at the Roadrunner, come check me out. You need anything rolled, hit me up. We will set you up with the Sicarios down here. We got connections, man. So try us out. See if you like us yourself. You know what I mean? For sure.
Hell yeah. Well, Well, go see them out at Roadrunner. I think that's dope that you provide that service of rolling people joints for them out of the product that you have there. So I mean that's cool. That's original, and maybe we'll start seeing that more. It's like a
I think
Cold Stone style cannabis.
For sure, dog.
Awesome. Well, everybody, I'll see you again next week. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, whatever you got to do to ensure that you don't miss an update. I'll be back again next week with another episode. And thank you again, Dabbro, and I'll see y'all next week. All right. Shoots.